funny. When I was a young bloke, I was probably a lot smaller than a lot of other guys, and I got stuck into the music as a kid. And I remember probably the age of 12, my mum kept saying, "Go and practice the piano, go and practice." And all I wanted to do was go out and go around kicking lights out with me football. And probably from that moment, I sort of thought league was for me, and I loved the game with a passion.
Mark Carroll's early days in first grade league were typical of a young tyro trying to prove himself. The moment one match was over, he counted down the hours to the next.
Mark Carroll goes for drop goal. The front row has gone for the 1 point. And I'll tell you what, he's got it. That's a miracle kick by Mark Carroll.
What's the story with the nickname Spud?
Spud. That comes back when I got down to South. I was finally making the grade at Penrith, and I was after the extra edge, and I used to read a lot of weight magazines, and they said get into the potatoes. So I used to eat a lot of potatoes, up to about 16 a day, the day before a game, which made me pretty crook. And when I got down to South, I ended up getting the nickname of Spud, which you've got to have a nickname in sport, and I've got that now in my car, and it's good to have a little bit of a nickname. I like it.
From a battling South Sydney side, he made the 1990 Kangaroo Tour. His career since, though, has been limited to the Winfield Cup. At the end of last season, he sought the advice of a teammate from that tour, Steve Roach, a former star who had achieved all that Mark still aspired to.
Yeah, well, Mark's already a tremendous player. I was rapt that he gave me a call to help him out with a few things. I was only too happy to give him a hand with a couple of things. He talks to me before big games, but full credit to him. He's the one that had to go out and do the hard work, and he's playing very well at the moment, and hopefully he can win a grand final, and still hopefully he'll talk to me after he's a superstar.
For Spud, 1995 has been a season of achieving his goals. State of origin for the first time, breaking back into international football, and now every player's dream, a grand final, is agonisingly close.
I had this feeling this year, that's why I come to Manly. I've come here to win a comp. Last year we got in the semis, but this year there's a different feel of the place, and I think we've got the players to get there, and when we do, I think we're going to take it out, but it's going to be a great feeling just to be involved in all the atmosphere of the grand final.
But along the way, Mark has been put to the test. It seems his reputation is constantly on the line.
What about the clash in Newcastle this year, your confrontation with Paul Harrigan?
Yeah, that was. We've always had those sort of games. The lead up to it, probably because we're in the test together and the talk of it and whatever. We always knew it was going to be on. Like I said, over the years, I can show you numerous tapes of himself and Chief going for it, and like he's got his job to lead his pack around. All I have to do with Manly, so he come flying in. And unfortunately, he mistimed his tackle, but thankfully for me, otherwise I would have been over the fence. And I've just got up and I was giving him a mouthful. Nothing bad. I just said, is that the best you can give me? That's all I said to him. And a lot of people have taken that out of text, but I've really got up and give it to him. He was on the ground, but in a situation like that, two blokes running 100 mile an hour, both the same weight and size, just belting the hell out of each other, and unfortunately there's got to be one guy who can stand, and I was rapt to be able to stand up in front of him.
Oh! Harrigan has gone after Carroll!
Carroll's got plenty to say, just got to back away, Carroll, and just say nothing.
Well, before a game, just one of the intense guys you'll ever meet. Dead set goes around headbutting locker room doors and revving up everybody. If anyone's mucking around, he's the first bloke to blast them, so he really fires himself up.
Mark has recently been named as the world's best front rower by Britain's Open Rugby magazine. And next month he's hoping to give the British an encore performance wearing the green and gold at the World Cup.
As a kid, you always dream about playing for Australia. You're always in the backyard playing a certain player in the Australian side. And to get the green and gold back on my back this year, it's just, it's a lot of hard work's gone into it, and I was very, very proud.
Spend some time with Mark Carroll and you start to wonder if he has a footballing alias.
See ya. Good girl. Oh, wet your breath. Hey, oh, you're such a nice girl, aren't you? Good dog.
There can be no greater contrast. From league hitman.
Oh, Hetherington! He ran into Carroll's shoulder!
To this, proud father of just 3 weeks. Wife Monique gave birth to their first son, Joshua, 6 weeks premature. He'd been due on grand final day.
My little man, first time on TV. So precious, ain't you? Hey? Oh, Dad. This little bloke means the world to me, especially my little wife. It's amazing life just to see the birth. It's probably the best thing I've ever seen, actually. I was very tearful, with emotion, actually, just to knowing that you can produce something so special and so beautiful. It's in life, he's going to have the best. I'm going to have to take care of him.
A closer look at Mark reveals a very different character.
Thanks, Mum. That's from my mum last Christmas. What a shocker! It's got to go in the garden soon, but my mum's got someone to paint the Carroll written on the back and the number 10 jersey, but thank God that doesn't look like me. I hope it doesn't.
His home is littered with bits and pieces not normally associated with a rugby league battering ram.
What's the story then with this love of bulldogs?
It just goes back to my nana. She's passed away now, but she used to breed bulldogs, and probably my favourite dog. And now I've got a Rottweiler. Unfortunately, they're pretty hard to get hold of, these things. But my mum started collecting them, and I've got a bit of a collection now.
And while his walls carry reminders of past honours, a premiership medal could be the prize exhibit come September 24.
It's the last goal of this year for myself, and just going back to Mal Meninga, when he finally won a grand final with Canberra, he said it's the best thing that's ever happened to him. You can play for your state, you can play for your country, but win the grand final with all your mates is the ultimate, and I can't wait to experience it.